Says,
Our
okay.
dogs, as you can tell, our dogs are very social. They all know each other just like us people know each other. And this has become, I know for me, just an extension of my family. Do you feel that way, Jolene?
Oh, yeah. It's one of the positives. I mean, we knew, or I think we had a goal, and we hoped that it would be a community of people that had an interest that come together, which is their dogs, and that it was a place for the dogs. But I've met people that I did not know before, and you come out, and it's like everybody it's like
it is a family.
It's like a neighbor. You're visiting with your neighbor out here. We have a guy here. I don't know where Josh is. But someone told me the other day that they had nicknamed Josh the mayor of the dog park. So
his dog is Ollie.
We have an official mayor of the dog park, and so everybody knows. Yeah. It's funny because people know the dog and the dog's owner, who the dogs go with. And,
I know, and everyone does.
Everybody knows.
That's Omi.
Yeah, and Greg has Lola, and Greg can never catch Lola, so Greg has to. Everybody has to help Greg catch Lola to go home with him, and everybody just knows that.
We just do it. It's just like pitching in with your kids. How do you become a member? I know how, but the great people out there in the Tri-County area, they don't know. And is this open to other people in other counties?
Sure. Yes. So, just as we used to go to Louisville when Filkins was a puppy and needed a lot of running. What we do, the best advice, or when people contact me, first I direct them to our website. So on the Bourbon City Bark Park website, www.bourboncitybarkpark.com, there's a link that says membership. There's a tab that says membership. On that membership tab is all the information of what we need. The main thing is shots. We have to have up-to-date shots, and those records are kept up to date all the time. On the website, under that membership tab, we also have an orientation presentation. And the orientation presentation, the name of that presentation is What is My Dog Saying at the Dog Park? And that gives people an idea of dog behavior at the dog park, how to read doggy body language at the dog park,
or just shyness, or
and
whatever.
Just how to be a good member of the dog park. So that presentation is very valuable. We ask people to go through that presentation. Then the second tab that people will need to click on our website's tab of forms. So on the forms, we have several forms. We were very thorough. Someone said to me, "You sure do have a lot of rules." I said, "Well, yes, we do, but there is a reason for that." But again, going through our research and wanting to make sure that this is a safe, healthy environment for every member, we have a lot of paperwork to fill out. And on those forms are our list of rules. We have a waiver form. We have a form where you fill out your shot records. We have a form that is an incident protocol in case something ever comes up. So when members sign all those forms, we are that is saying to us, I have read, I understand, and I agree with the membership policies that are put into place. So when those are filled out, people need to then take those forms to Save a Lot. And Save a Lot is our drop-off point, and they take the signed forms, shot records, and fees to Save a Lot. Save a Lot is open 7 days a week, from 7
till like 9 p.m.
till 9 or 9:30 at night. So 7 days a week, we have anyone has access. So go drop off your forms, drop off your fees. You pick up a key fob, and mine is over there. But so entrance or access to the park is through an electronic key fob, and you're ready to go.
What if someone has a family member that's come in from out of town, and I know we have concessions for that? What's the procedure for that?
So that's a good question, Wilma, because along with people having family members from out of town, these days people babysit their grand dogs. So
I have a grand dog baby.
you know, people get grand dogs for a week. And we also are located, perfect location across from Okeechobee Home Campground. So I get emails through our, also we're on Facebook. So
Yes,
on
we're
Facebook,
on Facebook.
people will message me. They're coming in and they're camping for a week. So we have a day pass for $5 a day. Again, visitors have to have up-to-date shot records. Most people travel with shot records if they're used to traveling with their dogs. But they can generally call their vet's office, and today they can just send it
Scan
through
it and
the,
email it to them, right.
well, through the smartphone,
Right.
you know, if you can
With
get
a
that
picture.
sent. So shot records and your fees, and you go to Save a Lot, and you're going to get tangled up. And you get a day pass, or you can get a week pass for $20.
The shots. What are the most important shots that we require here at the Bark Park?
So our three shots are parvo, bordetella, and rabies.
Okay. And those are normally given on a year basis. I think the rabies, they can do those on a 10-year and sometimes a 3-year.
Usually ours, I think, are 3 years.
3.
Along with that, the other thing, we do want to mention that, and thinking about shots and that bordetella and parvo, puppies under 6 months of age are not yet allowed in our park, and that's for the safety of the puppies. It's mainly because their
They're just not ready yet.
immunizations are not ready, and we would not want any dog to pick up anything. They're you know, that's not an issue, but you know, puppies under 6 months of age, you just really need to be careful where you're taking
so
them
too.
anyway. So that's for the safety of the puppy. So under 6 months of age, we're not quite ready yet because of the immunizations.
Sure. And I will say that if anyone, I know we talked about the website, www.bourbоncitybarkpark.com, Facebook page, Bourbon City Bark Park. Like the page, you can get all the information off there. But if you don't have the internet by chance, you can always go to Save a Lot. They have those forms ready and printed out. They can give you a copy of the forms. You can take those home, bring them back filled out with your shot records. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
you can go to Save a Lot and do that without having download any of those. We also have, we work very hard, and you and I work, and our board members in trying to keep our brochures
Up to date.
in businesses that all the veterinarians' offices, if people just, you know,
The library.
still want to look at, see some information, we have a news board out here at the parks, so we try to keep brochures on that news board. Veterinarians' offices, Bardstown Mills, and those places, we try to keep that information out for the public.
I know one thing when you come into the park, I want to talk about the safety and security of it, because I've been out here walking by myself and with my 2 dogs, and it's so nice to come to a park that is, it's kind of like a gated community is what I want to call it. It's members only gated community. We have a little fob, and you have to scan the fob in front of the front gate, and then that allows you access. So what happens once they get in here that helps with the security? Talk about a little bit of the security that goes along with that with the cameras.
Well, one of the things, and you know, we're you know, send reminders very often to our members that if members are here and someone does not have a key fob, that our members have been asked and been requested not to just let anyone in. That's you know, safety for our members, but also if they have a dog, we are very adamant that dogs' shot records are up to date. So if someone you know, may not have a key fob, then we may not know that. So we want our members to be aware, to be safe for everybody. Beyond then coming into the gate, we have again, as we've mentioned, it's like if you go to a store, you're not really sure you're on security camera. Guess what? You are.
You are.
We never know when we're on camera. Yeah. So I guess I would just say, you know, smile. You're on candid camera.
But I like that
so,
feature because it provides that extra security when you're out here, and not that anything would happen, but it's just nice knowing that that's a feature that a lot of parks don't have. I know we had my husband and I were out here one Sunday, and someone was camping at the park, and they walked over here and looked at our dog park. They were from New York. And he said, it cost us $2,000 a year for our dog at the dog park in New York. And I said, you're kidding me. It's very expensive. So I feel like I'm robbing the dog park by only paying $48. Well, with my other dog, $58 a year. So, I think you've been places where it was probably well over $150 a year.
Well, I have. We've done research, and we were going to go to visit a park that's in Cincinnati near Wagstown, I think. And it's pretty expensive there. But on the other side of that, I also will mention we are questioned, and people will say, if you can go to Lexington, for example, and that's another way where I first learned about a dog park. Because of my stepdaughters in Lexington, and they're free, and maybe Warren County might be free. And those parks, if a park is free, it is being sponsored, or it is under an entity of someone
maybe the county
that
or
is
city.
Maintaining it. Maybe under a Parks and Recreation in Fayette County. I think it comes under Parks and Recreation. And that had been our first goal. Our first goal was we had hoped we would be under the Bardstown City Parks and Recreation as like the Little Leagues are. But it didn't work out that way, and we moved forward. And if a government entity is maintaining a park, then typically there is no membership fee. So just to put that out there for people to, well, why are some parks free and some parks are not? So,
and I like looking at this as being an extra stop on that tourism stop for Bardstown, because like you said, a lot of people from out of town bring their dogs, and that all they can do is, while they're walking up and down the street, one will go in the shop while the other may keep the dog on the leash. But this could be that extra little stop for that tourism group that has their pets with them.
Yeah, and that is a lot of the people, some people from the campground. Last year, quick example, there was a couple that, I think they were from Michigan, and they were going to Alabama. And they had a motor home, and their dog had been in the motor home for the trip down, and they got a day pass, and they were so thankful to have the opportunity to let their dog run before they got in the car and went further south again in their motor home.
Well, we have a lot of people here. If I could get one of them over here, we would like to talk to them about what their thoughts are on the dog park. And but how can someone donate a chunk of money if they would like to help with the gazebo fund?
We'll be glad to take cash, check, a pot of gold, whatever you got, we'll take it. But to answer your question, two ways. You can donate just through a check or cash and send it to my home address in the Bourbon City Bark Park, or even also to your P.O. Box number.
Yes.
So that might be...
we can put that information on our webpage too.
Right.
Or you can drop it off at Save a Lot.
Right. You can drop a check off at Save a Lot.
Yep, and just put the donation, what it's for. I do know that the gazebo is in great need, just because we don't have a lot of shade in the large dog area. We have so many dogs that are at that size and above, and that would just be such a nice feature to add to that large dog side.
Along with monetary donations, we would welcome anyone who has woodworking as a hobby. If anyone would be willing to build a gazebo for us and donate, that would be another way, other than a monetary.
That's true. And, we have a lot of wonderful builders here in Nelson County, and a lot of them may have that extra lumber laying over or left from a large job. That would be awesome if we could get just the donation of it being built with the supplies included. I know we've had some wonderful partners. I know some of our local businesses have donated a lot of just I think some wood and some dirt and some flowers and everything. And if you're a outdoor person that has a business and you would like to assist us with anything like that, be sure to drop us a line. We'll be more than happy to talk to you. And it's always a great tax write-off because we are nonprofit.
Right.
So do you have the forms, like if somebody did donate, are
yes,
they able
yes.
to
we
do that?
always, if anyone does any donation, we send a letter with the amount so that anyone can use that off as a tax deduction. It is a wonderful tax deduction.
It is.
That someone can
Well, I'm
can
at Bourbon
use.
City Bark Park, and I have several members, and we're just going to kind of get the experience from some of our dedicated members. Give me your name.
Donna Willis.
Oh, Gemma
Gemma.
Lanzillo.
Okay. Donna, I know I see you out here almost every night when I bring Molly and Feisty. And what's your experience, and what do you think Omi thinks about it?
Omi loves it, but he's a social butterfly. He loves everybody and all the dogs, and so he's my only dog, so he doesn't have a lot of interaction
He
and
definitely
no
is a
kids,
celebrity
and
here.
he loves everybody
When
and
the big
everything.
dogs come, they all love to run with him.
They do. I know one of their things is they like to push each other.
Yeah.
And I know when my dogs get out here, they're a little social in the beginning, but then rest of the time they're intent on the trees, the beautiful trees, and they're waiting for a squirrel to jump. So every dog has a different personality, don't they?
That is correct.
That's true.
Now, your dog is Bo.
Yes, that's Bo right there.
And what's Bo's personality like? Does he like to play?
No, Bo's a hunter, so he will come and he will stalk all the fence line, all the trees, and usually several dogs will pursue him, and then he'll play for a while. But if he's not pursued, he's very interested in smelling everything. Of course, he's a boy, so he also leaves his mark everywhere.
Yes.
But he goes to all three parks: the small dog park, if it's okay, the large dog park, and then of course over at the obedience area too. He likes going over there.
Yeah, my dogs
He's
are
now
the
telling
same
me
way.
He's ready to go home.
Yep. And that's so funny because my dogs do the same. When they've had enough, they go to that fence and they'll wait for me to go over there and put their leash on, and then it's time to go. So, and I think Omi does the
He does
same
the same
thing.
thing.
So, what do y'all think about the water feeders out here? I think aren't they wonderful?
Yes.
They're very nice. Fresh water, and often you'll have 3 or 4 dogs at the same time drinking. It's just such a handy, and all the dogs know to go over there and look at us.
Yeah, they
Now,
do.
there were a
They
few,
learn quick.
There were a few people who were like, well, we can teach our dogs to hit that button. I'm like,
Oh, we
good,
tried.
good luck with that.
My dog actually tried that last night. My dog was putting her paw up there, and I'm like, you're probably not heavy enough
just
to
not
push it
pushing hard
down.
enough, right.
But it was so cute because, oops.
Well, he just had another
Filkins.
swim.
But
Filkins.
it's good for them to have fresh
Yeah.
water. They get so hot when it's
They
humid
do.
like this, so they need the fresh water. And then the little doggy pools, they can wade in.
The
And
doggy pool
Yeah.
is a blessing.
I think we have the dog park set up better for the dogs than we do the humans because
Yes.
we do need the funds to come in to fix our concession so we can get running water for the water fountain for the humans. So we are lacking. The humans are lacking because we have taken such good care of our pets, right?
Correct.
So, and then we have the beautiful benches. I know it's just such a wonderful thing to come out here with the rocking chairs. How do you all feel about that? Bringing a book, and is that just some
It's
relaxing?
very relaxing, especially in the spring and fall. That's when I
Yes.
like it the most.
Me too. Me too.
I generally don't sit. I play with the dogs, talk to all the people. You know, there's always something going on, so I don't generally sit too often.
We don't either.
And you don't either. I've
Well,
never
that's
seen you sit
true.
down.
We never said.
That is,
You
well,
have never sat down the whole time
when
I've been
nobody
here.
else is here, I do.
But it's
That's me.
it's more sociability, isn't it?
Social. It's
Well,
social, and you get
social.
steps
You know-
in for those of us that count
Yeah.
steps. You get your steps in.
We
when
do.
you
And
walk
of course,
the
our good
trails
friend
and-
Gino Dell
Yes.
told us six tracks
laps.
around is a mile.
Right.
So there's a few people. who
I
come
get
and-
those in.
Yep, they run. They walk 6 times, or they run 6
Yes.
times to get their mile walk in while
Yep.
the dogs are playing.
Yep. And that's very easy to do because we all just kind of do that. And a lot of us will hook up with the other and walk together. We kind of all know who's going to be out here around 6-ish at night or 7, 7:30, 8.
A lot of us call each other.
We do.
Because our dogs
Yeah.
like each other.
Yeah.
And we play together.
Yeah.
So,
So
play
it's
dates just like our kids.
yeah, and it's such a wonderful, wonderful place, and actually, it's just been God sent for this community. I think it's been a wonderful place for us to bring our dogs and for them, because just like kids, you have to teach them socialization skills, and then also we've all connected as a community of dog owners, and if something's going on, we know that, hey, what's going on at the dog park,
The Dippin' Dogs.
the Dippin' Dogs, yes. And we want to talk about that for just a minute while we've got the camera for a few minutes. As the Dippin' Dogs is coming up in August, so watch Bourbon City Bark Park, our Facebook page and email, newspaper, Gary White. It's August 20th. We'll be doing Dippin' Dogs, and we have a big role in that as a bark park, and so it's part of a great fundraiser. You can bring your dogs to the city pool. It's their day that they're getting ready to close their pool down, and it's a dog day. We have it's dog day of summer at the city pool, so it's just a wonderful day. But I think we're going to close it out, and we want to thank Channel 6 and Gary White for coming over and featuring the Bourbon City Bark Park on Channel 6, and we want to thank Jolene Reynolds for coming up and explaining all the membership possibilities and just the goals, the future goals and the needs of the Bark Park. Those are not as great as they were 3 years ago, but we do have some immediate goals, as in the pavilion and the concession stand area. For us non-fur babies, we want some water. But anyway, we have some great community partners, and if you would like to partner, be sure to go on Bourbon City Bark Park, send us a message. You can always send myself, Wilma Pittman-Sorrell, a message on Facebook. Be sure to partner. Ask how you can get involved with helping make this wonderful place even better than it already is. But from Channel 6, Central Kentucky TV, thank you very much.